guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Alyssa. If you are new, happy Thursday. I have no idea what this video is really gonna be. Most likely just a few days in my life, but I thought that it would be fun to take you guys along. We're actually heading out of town this weekend for my brother and sister-in-law's wedding celebration. I think I mentioned this in my last video, but they eloped. They're already married. That was last year, but they're doing kind of a weekend wedding celebration, which will be a lot of fun. It's in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and I'm excited to spend some more time there. I'm actually from New Jersey, but I feel like when we used to go to the shore and stuff growing up, we would just go to different parts. So this is probably maybe my third or fourth time really spending time in Asbury, so I think that that'll be really nice. We're also staying with my maid of honor because she's not quite in Asbury, but she's in a town close enough that it's nice that we just didn't have to get a hotel. So I will get a little bit of friend time, but obviously it'll be mostly family wedding stuff, which I'm excited about. And yeah, I just really haven't filmed a whole lot in the past few weeks. So I have some stuff that I want to show you guys before we head out of town, before I forget and everything like that. I'm working from home today, so I have a lot that I want to get done. I need to pack. I'll show you guys maybe a little bit of that. I'm hoping that it won't take me too long, just because I have the dress that I'm wearing on Saturday for family photos and the dinner that they're doing. I showed that in my last video too. It was like a really pretty floral dress that I think will be perfect for this time of year. And then on Friday, tomorrow, they're doing a barbecue type thing. So I think it's fairly casual. I'm just bringing some jeans, sweaters, stuff like that. I think it's gonna be like 60s, getting into the 70s, but probably not at night when the barbecue is. So I don't think packing should take that long basically, but I do need to do that at some point today. And then I'm cooking up some food right now. Jacob and I meal planned this week and we've done a really good job of sticking to all of those meals. But today, of course, Jacob's out on the road for his job, so I don't know if he's gonna be able to eat what I'm cooking, but basically I'm cooking up a ground beef and a ground chicken. Hate to admit it, but we've been really into the viral ground beef, sweet potato, cottage cheese bowls. So I'm making some ground beef and then I'm also making ground chicken. We're gonna do Greek bowls. So since we don't fly out until 8 p.m. tonight, I'm gonna have time to eat lunch and dinner here. So I'm just gonna cook everything. If Jacob can't eat both, that's fine. Regardless, it's still gonna be cheaper than anything that we would get at the airport or ordering or anything like that. So proud of us for sticking to our meal prep or whatever, like using up our groceries this week. But this is kind of what I came on here to show you guys, is I wanted to share their wedding gift that we're giving them before we give it to them, obviously, and I have it to show you guys. I did put it in a frame, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to show on camera, but basically I just say my sister-in-law, but it's really Jacob's sister's husband's sister. I don't know what that makes us, but we saw them last weekend while they were in Miami and she was able to give me the painting. I'm super excited about it. I think it's a really sweet, personalized gift, obviously, but she does a lot of stuff like this for weddings. She's made us another painting in the past, but she does this really pretty watercolor. I want to call it like a relationship map almost, but basically it just has their names, the date that they eloped last year, and then where they met, where we're celebrating this weekend, where they took their wedding photos, where they said I do, where they honeymooned, and where they had their first vacation together. But it's just really sweet. Hopefully you guys can like see well enough. I feel like that's kind of the best that I can do. And then honestly, I just kind of put it into a cheap frame that we already had that would fit it. I don't know if I'm the only one like this, but sometimes when people give us frames, I'm like, probably not something I would have chosen myself, or like maybe doesn't match. So I just gave them a cheap one and they can gladly put it into a frame that works for them. But I think it's just gonna be a cool piece to hang in their house or like whatever they want to do with it. So I'm excited to give that to them. I actually just realized that I need to run out at some point to get a wedding card. I got a lot to do today. That's why I'm cooking up both of the meals at the same time, because I feel like on travel days, you think you have a lot of time and then all of a sudden you're rushing at the end. So a lot that I want to get done today, but if I didn't already say this, we're flying out at 8 p.m. tonight, so I feel like I have some time. It's about 11:30 right now. But yeah, I also have some honey swimsuits that I want to show you guys before I forget, because I've already worn one of them, and then I have to decide if I want to keep the other one, but I'll probably show you guys that after lunch, because I don't know if you can hear, I have to go tend to my meats over there, so I will eat lunch, and then at some point I will pack and show you guys those swimsuits. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully I can get some fun footage, but if not, I'll probably just like keep it rolling into next week. All right, here's lunch. I will admit we still don't have hot honey, but it's still really good without it. But I just have some ground beef with taco seasoning, sweet potato, avocado, and cottage cheese. Lunch was great. I put on a sweatshirt because I am somehow freezing in South Florida, but I quickly want to show you guys the honey swimsuits that I got in the mail recently. They came out with a new collection. I ordered 2 of the suits. I've already worn one, and then I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna keep the other one, but I want to show you guys. I am probably not going to try them on right now, but I will at some point and have a little try on video here on the screen. But anyway, let's just get right into it. So this is the one that I've already worn. Looks like this. I will have the names of these styles and prints on the screen, but this is the first one. The top looks like this. It's that kind of traditional bralette style top that I absolutely love. And it's a really pretty kind of blue and green. Sitting in front of the window here kind of washes it out a little bit, but here's what the top looks like, and then the bottoms look like this. I've never tried any of their rib styles. Pretty decent coverage, but I do really like the ribbed material. I didn't really realize that it was ribbed because the other one is not, but this one is. I will say I liked the ribbed material a little bit more, but it does not compare to the luxe swimsuits that Honey has. I have 4 of those, and those are just always going to be my #1. They're so comfortable, stretchy. I feel like the bottoms are a bit of a different style. I feel like the luxe ones sit a little bit more high on the hips. These can, but I feel like you gotta kind of like hike them up. This is just a little bit of a different style bottom, but still really cute, comfortable, looks cute on. I ended up getting a small in the bottoms. I feel like I probably could have done a medium, but I knew I'd probably bring them higher up onto my hips, so I didn't want there to be like a ton of extra fabric and stuff, but I'm in my true size small in the bottoms. And then for the top, I actually got a size large, which I was a little bit nervous about because the band is like not adjustable at all, but the straps here are, and honestly very happy with the large. I feel like I probably could have done a medium. I feel like there's a little bit of extra material here, but I feel like if I got the medium, I would have had to pull it down to keep from getting like under boob and stuff, which I feel like would be annoying. So the large honestly does fit well. I'm like a 32D, I would say. I feel like maybe a little bit smaller, but I also feel like the size kind of fluctuates depending on the time of the month. So I just feel like this is like a safe size that's always going to fit, if that makes sense. So I did get a large in this, but just kind of like keep that in mind. And then the other swimsuit that I got, it's a triangle style swimsuit, and those are just not my favorite. I know that I ordered it because I have been wearing them a little bit more recently, but I don't know. I think another thing is because I always wear a bralette style. I have such bad tan lines with like a triangle bikini that I just don't love it. Obviously, if I wore one, I can even out the tan lines and maybe I would like it better, but it's just like always so bad. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but this is the other one. I love how bright the colors are. It's a really pretty tropical kind of like floral pattern, sunset-y kind of colors. I love the orange and the pink. These both do have pads in them. I took the pads out of the one that I wore immediately. I personally do not like pads in my swimsuits, but it is nice that they come with them. Obviously, some people do like it. The pads are still in this one, but the straps and everything are fully adjustable, which is really nice. There are straps here and then also there. For that reason, I did get the large, just knowing that it was gonna be adjustable because I wanted as much coverage with the triangle top as possible. And I don't know, I like it, it's just not my favorite, and these are not the cheapest swimsuits. They're a good price, I feel like. They're definitely not outrageous, but I did also have a discount code because I am an ambassador with them. So I had a discount code, and I also have one that you guys can use. It's Alyssa L15 for 15% off. But basically, regardless of the code, they are still expensive swimsuits. I spent $150 for 2 of them, so about $75 each. And so obviously I want to make sure that I'm like loving it for that price. I feel like I might have liked this one better in the bralette style, so I don't know if I'm going to return it for that style top. They also have, I think, a bandeau, so maybe I'll end up just exchanging the top for something else. But got a large in that top also, and then I got a small in these bottoms as well. Same exact style and fit and everything, so they are a little bit more coverage. I just wish that they sat a little bit higher on the hips. Like I said, you can pull them up that way, but yeah, I love just like how soft and vibrant the colors are. It's a really nice material, everything like that. They are double lined, so they're never gonna be see-through. It's also the same on like both sides, which is nice. And yeah, so I love the colors, the patterns, the material, everything like that. I just don't know if I'm loving the triangle top. So I will let you guys know what I decide. I think I might end up trying to get the bralette style of this pattern. I feel like I'll just get the most use out of it. I wanted to try something new, and I feel like I just gotta stick with my old reliable bralette style top that I love. But I will have Honey Swim linked down below with, like I said, my sizes, the suits that I got, everything like that. And if you're already on the site looking at the new collection, definitely check out their looks, because that is still always going to be #1 in my heart. I love them so much, but I am really happy that I tried out some new styles and stuff and kind of like figured out my sizing, because the luxe material is totally different, so sizing in that is totally different. I actually wear a size small in the luxe style top, and obviously I got a large in both of these, so it was nice to get my sizing kind of figured out, because I can't stand ordering swimsuits and needing to return them, especially if it's like multiple times. Like I just can't seem to figure out my size. So I'm glad that I at least figured that out, and I am like obsessed with this pattern, and I just think it's really fun for the summer. So we will see. I will let you guys know. Hopefully they have my size in stock. I am sitting outside getting some fresh air, but literally seconds after I zipped up my suitcase, I got an email, notifications, all of the things, that our flight has been delayed like 3.5 hours. We were supposed to take off at 8 p.m. and now it's delayed until 11:37. So we will see what's going to happen there. Fingers crossed we take off at all. We're supposed to land now at 2:40 or something in the morning, so we'll see. I literally, what does that say? I'm trying to read a text. Flight delayed until 12:22 a.m. Things are going well. Jacob literally just asked like, any updates, and I was like, nope, still says the same thing. I'm gonna go get his reaction to the delay. But yeah, that is what's going on. My friend who we were staying with called me like an hour or two ago and was like, hey, is everything okay with your flight? And I was like, yeah, why wouldn't it be? And she said that she was at work, and I guess they had the news or something, or she saw on the news that there are a ton of delays in and out of Newark Airport, I think for staff shortages or something like that. I don't think it's an airline thing. I think it's an airport thing, which I feel like is worse. in this case. And then my sister-in-law's family flew in earlier today, and they also had some delays on a different airline. And I feel like the later flights just always get screwed, basically. Babe, guess what? Delayed.
Again?
Yep, until 12:22.
It's not taking off.
I know, I'm nervous that it's not going to either.
So cute. This is so good.
I know. Wait, the frame is cheap though. You can get a new frame.
Oh my God, I love it.
Oh, is that why you were asking?
This is so cute. I'm gonna cry.
My sister-in-law makes those, so we were like,
Really?
yes, we had to like try to
that's
like,
really
so she was there for wedding.
Hello, happy Thursday. I am just now getting around to picking this vlog back up after the weekend. We were in New Jersey. My brother and sister-in-law's wedding was so fun. Really nice to meet some of her family that I never have because they live in Wisconsin, and just have some good family time. The weather ended up being really nice. It was kind of cold on the night of the wedding, and then it did rain a little bit on Sunday, but for the most part we had pretty good weather. We stayed with my friend in Red Bank, and then the wedding stuff was in Asbury, so we kind of got to explore both of those areas, which are so cute, and it was really nice. We had minimal delays coming back. We got back on Sunday night, and yeah, the delays were not nearly as bad as going there, and they mentioned that those issues were going to be happening until like August, they said, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was even later. So if you were flying in and out of Newark Airport, just a little PSA to expect delays, but it wasn't too bad. And then I don't know if I'm going to insert some of the clips. I still have to look at the footage that I got over the weekend, but you guys will either see that or not if I decide to include some of those clips. I'm sure I'll include a few. And then it's been kind of just a busy week. Monday was nothing crazy, but Monday's the one day that my entire team is in the office, so I feel like it's just busy with everyone being there. We always have a team meeting. I had a lot of things to catch up on from missing Friday and just stuff like that. Tuesday was a little bit busy too, even though I was working from home. And then yesterday was a full day of events. I had to leave my house at 5:30 to get somewhere by 6:30 a.m. And then I had an event from 7 to 12. Had a little break in between, and then another event. Had to be there at 3:30, ended at 8. Luckily, they did let us out a little bit early. We ended up leaving at like 7 instead of 8, so I was home by 8 o'clock, which was really nice. Also, sorry if you can hear the dryer, the washer. I am doing our sheets. I like immediately stripped the bed this morning and threw the sheets and quilt and everything in there. I'm gonna wash those so that I can have a nice, fresh, clean bed later. I also have a lot of just like unpacking. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have not unpacked yet from the weekend, so I have to do that. And I just want to get the house nice and clean, straightened up, because I don't think I mentioned Jacob's on a little work trip. It was supposed to be on the East Coast, kind of just like a little bit more north than we are, but it's now in Lakeland, which is near Tampa, and we are already planning to go to Tampa this weekend for Mother's Day. And then also, funny enough, the friend that we just stayed with, her brother is graduating from Tampa, and their graduation is this weekend. So we're gonna see her brother, her family and stuff, and then we're also going to spend it with Jacob's mom. But it just didn't make sense for him to drive there yesterday, to drive back tonight, to drive back tomorrow, obviously, since I have to be in the office tomorrow. So I just actually rented a car and I'm gonna drive tomorrow after work. I drive an old, kind of unreliable car. It's been great, but driving 4 hours across the state and stuff, I'm like, maybe not. But then also we would have had 2 cars that we had to both drive back on Sunday. So I'm just gonna rent a car. It was super cheap to just basically drive it across the state and drop it there. And then that way at least Jacob and I can drive back together on Sunday. But that's our little weekend plan. Today I don't have much that I want to do. I'm going to work, get the laundry done, straighten up around here, and probably just chill. I feel like if yesterday I had more time to just chill, I probably, by the time I got home, like showered, relaxed a little bit, it was already 9 o'clock. So I pretty much just got in bed and went to bed kind of early. And so I think I'm just going to chill tonight. I feel like normally I would have called a friend for dinner or done something, but I feel like this is going to be my only day and night to chill this week. I also need to quickly pack a little bag for this weekend because I'm going into the office tomorrow, and then I will leave basically right after. But that's kind of what is going on. I'll bring you guys along for kind of resetting the condo before leaving again for the weekend. And that's the update. I think we're all caught up to speed.
A new place, a new home. For a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by. Life is good. Best I.
Sorry about this lighting. It is not great, but it's almost 4 o'clock. I've just been working and doing a bunch of laundry. I'm on my last load, but then I'm gonna have a bunch that I have to put away. But I haven't really been doing too much. I made lunch, ground beef, sweet potato, cottage cheese, avocado bowl, and then I made enough for lunch tomorrow, which is great. I'll bring the rest to work, and then I still need to pack, but we're really not going to be gone for that long, so I don't think packing will take me too long. But ideally the house would be clean, laundry put away, packed, showered, all of that by like 6 o'clock. That's definitely unrealistic because I kind of want to go to the pool, also get some late sun. Maybe I'll run over to the pool from 4:30 to 5:30 or something, or 5 to 5:30, just get like a little bit of sun and fresh air. That sounds so nice. I also want to take an everything shower, so wash my hair, shave, all of that, and I feel like it'll just be even better after the pool. So might do that. I have to figure out what I want to do for dinner because you guys already know I'm treating myself to something good for dinner, so I will let you guys know what I decide on. But yeah, the sooner I can be showered in my clean bed with some food, the better. I am heading home. It's actually my lunch break right now. I never go home on my lunch break, but I mean, I guess technically I could. I don't live that far, but it doesn't give me much time at home. But today it works. I can't decide what I want to do about grabbing the rental car later. I'm thinking I might actually just leave my car at work and Uber from work to the rental car place, just because it's closer to work. I originally was gonna come home, drop my car, grab my bag, Uber, and do that, but I'm just gonna grab my bag and at least have it in the car now in case I do decide to just go to the rental car place from work. But we'll see. That's probably the better, easier option. I don't know why I didn't really think of that before. I guess I wouldn't really be able to change. I mean, I could at some point, obviously. I can stop or change just at some point, but also the dress and blazer and everything that I'm wearing right now is super comfortable, so might just end up driving in this. But yeah, I don't know. That's the plan. So I brought my lunch with me and I'm going to just eat it at home, and then I will head back to work for the rest of the afternoon. And I think that's gonna be the plan. All right, hello you guys. I am in the rental car. I have no idea what it is. I think it's like a Kia something. Does it say what it is? I have no idea, but I just picked it up. It was next to a 7-Eleven, so I grabbed myself some snacks. Let's do a little road trip snack haul. I haven't eaten much today, so this is gonna be just like an early dinner, I guess, but I got a little cheese stick. I got some beef jerky. This will at least keep me full. And then I also got these white cheddar popcorners. I'm gonna eat the cheese really quickly, and then I'm going to find a gas station nearby and we'll go down the road. Good morning, you guys. We are in Tampa. I made it last night probably at like 9 p.m. and now I'm just sitting outside. My hair is wet. I just took a shower. I actually went to Orange Theory this morning, which was so nice. I went to the 8:45 class. I walked and grabbed myself and Jacob a coffee, and now Jacob and his mom are actually getting in a little workout at the gym. But it's kind of just been a slow morning. Jacob kind of has this rash on his eye and it like spread to his arm a little bit, so he's kind of just like itchy and uncomfortable. So we've had a pretty slow morning. I don't really know what we're gonna get into for the rest of the day. I'm sure we'll go out and grab some lunch and stuff like that. One of my friends is in town because her brother is graduating, so I'm gonna try and meet up with her at some point, but kind of just like a casual little weekend. Right now I'm just enjoying sitting outside. It is so nice out. I guess I like maybe shouldn't have showered because I'm looking down at the pool and I'm like, should have planned better to go down there for a little bit, but that's okay.